Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Y'all, we need to talk about some dieting mistakes that I'm afraid we might be making. Before we get into all that, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. So we're on the way to Walmart, of course, because it's Friday and that's what we do. And I was thinking, so I've been really busy. I've been running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Not really sure whether I'm coming or going. I'm tired. Remember I told y'all I was changing my schedule up a bit. I was going to start doing more one-on-one tutoring classes, which I have been doing. It's fabulous. I love it. But that means that I'm working more. And that I'm working more sort of here and there classes versus like a block of classes with all my students jammed together in like a block so I can like do other things around that time. So other things are kind of split up in between classes. Like, and remember I told you that one of the things that was freaking me out a little bit was figuring out how to get my workouts in. So I've been doing that, like instead of trying to work out for 2 hours at a time, I've been breaking down my workouts and squeezing in like 30 minutes here or 45 minutes there or whatever, and it's fine. I just need to stop freaking myself out. But another thing that I've had to really start doing is something we've talked about a bazillion times, and that's being more prepared with snacks and foods on hand so that when I have a few minutes in between classes to grab a snack, there's something healthy there that I can grab so that I'm not grabbing a handful of chips or some cookies or something that's just going to destroy my points for the day. So in thinking about that, I was like, all right, well, are these really the best ideas? Like, is this best practice, so to speak, for having a healthy diet and for being the most successful for me on Weight Watchers or for, you know, whatever diet plan you're on? So let's talk about me slowing down. Did y'all see the popo just go by? Remember, we are still, our overall goal is still not to get me pulled over whilst I'm driving and chatting. So let's talk about some, I don't know, ideas or some theories about diets that I think that we might still have, that we might need to auto rethink. And y'all, some of these we might already have abandoned, but I have definitely heard these sort of in the wind. And one of them is eating every 2 hours. First of all, y'all, I cannot eat every 2 hours. For one thing, it's just too time consuming. I don't have like time every 2 hours to eat a snack. I'm about to get us in an accident. I don't have time every 2 hours to eat a snack. And it would be easier for me than it would be for a lot of people because of course I work from home. But if you're like working in an office and you're at an office 8 hours a day, that's at least 4 like food portions that you have to pack. And that's just for like the 8 hours that you're working. It's ridiculous and it's unnecessary. We talk often about making the food that we eat count. Right? We eat lean protein, we eat protein every time we eat, like we eat protein with snacks, we eat protein with our meals, so that the food that we eat is filling and we don't have to eat every 2 hours. So I don't know where that eat every 2 hours thing came from, but let's leave that wherever it is. Along with that, let's talk about eating like a rabbit. I think there is an idea that, again, I still hear in the wind, that we need to eat like fat-free or low-fat food. Now, I'm not saying go out and eat a Whopper or go out and eat a Big Mac. The intern the other day, y'all, he will be so mad when he hears that I told y'all this story, but Thursdays is Pepperoni Thursday at his favorite pizza place. So every Thursday or most Thursdays for lunch, he'll go and get himself a little like personal sized pepperoni pizza, and it's this like artisan pizza place. They're really good pizzas. It's not like Pizza Hut or something. But the other day, yesterday, I guess, I asked him, he brought home dinner, and I was like, did you not have pepperoni Thursday? He said, no, I wasn't that hungry, so I just went and got a double Whopper instead. What just happened? Anyway, I'm not saying eat a double Whopper every day. I'm not saying eat a double Whopper at all. But I'm saying that you don't have to eat fat-free or low-fat food. There are good fats out there that, one, you need to be eating good fats, and foods like chicken has fat, fish has fat. Now it's lean, right? It's lean protein. So we don't have to just eat like salads or vegetables or fruit. You can eat food with fats in them as long as you do it responsibly, right? Make good choices. Along those same lines, the idea that you need to eat salad all the time, or that, first of all, I don't know if anybody still thinks this, but y'all, not all salad is good salad. Salads with heavy dressings like Caesar salad, probably not a good salad unless you get like a lean Caesar dressing. You don't get the cheese on it, you don't get the croutons. So don't assume that just because you're getting a salad that it's healthy, and don't just assume that a salad's a good idea. A salad that's just vegetables, or even just vegetables and a light dressing, might not be your best idea. We've talked about this before. Protein in your salad or grains in your salad. Include something healthy and lean and bulky in your salad to help fill you up. Because remember, y'all, we're not eating every 2 hours anymore, because, y'all, that's ridiculous. What else? Oh, water. Drinking like gallons and gallons of water. No. I'm not sure what and I tell you what, I'll do some research and see what I can figure out about how much water we should be drinking, because I think there's a formula. And y'all, if you know, drop it in the comments. But like, if you actually know, not like if you saw it on a TikTok or something. But I mean, not that you're not hearing this on a YouTube video, but I promise, like, I researched this stuff. So there were theories out there that, like, when you get hungry, drink water and it would curb your appetite. Water in that, and guilty right here, y'all. I have been known at times to chew gum and drink ice water to make myself feel not hungry. Exceptionally unhealthy. That's not the way to do it. Now, if you're like famished hungry and you can't get something to eat right away, okay, do what you got to do. But as an approach to managing your hunger, that's not the best plan. And the whole idea that you have to drink like a gallon of water a day, that's just arbitrary. Because how can you say that, like, the intern and I need to have the same amount of water intake a day? And that's what saying you have to drink a gallon of water a day is saying, that no matter your size, your body type, your fitness level, your activity level, if you live in Minnesota or Arizona, you got to drink a gallon of water a day. You got to drink the same amount of water. It's ludicrous. So the idea that you have to drink lots and lots of water in order to be healthy, and that it's a good approach to a diet, that's passé. Let's not do that anymore. We're going to get into a couple of these that I do, but I'm going to tell you that nutritionists think this isn't the best idea. I'll tell you why, and you can make your own choices. Using sugar alternatives, or like sweetener alternatives, I have heard, read, and seen nutritionists talk about how that's a bad idea. Now, first of all, artificial sweeteners, do your own research, but I have read research that artificial sweeteners are unhealthy, and that there are links between the use of certain artificial sweeteners and the development of either Alzheimer's, I believe it's dementia. But again, do your own research on that. But here's the thought behind the use of sweeteners. Eating sweet things triggers a desire in your body for more sweet things. So I try really hard not to eat sugar, because I feel like eating sugar makes my body crave sugar. So y'all know I use monk fruit sweetener, which I don't feel like makes me crave like sugar makes me crave. So like, I can make those funnel cakes with monk fruit sweetener, eat just what I make, and then be done, and not feel like I want to make 4 more of those, or like I want to go to the store and buy sugary things. Y'all, when I eat honest to goodness like actual sugar, I want to eat all of the sugar, and then I want to go out and buy some more sugar, or I want to DoorDash some sugar. So my body, I believe that my body has an actual reaction to sugar that I don't have to the taste of sweetness when it comes from like monk fruit sweetener or those Halo Top ice creams. Now, granted, I'll eat an entire half pint of Halo Top ice cream, but I set out with the intention of eating that much of the ice cream, because y'all, that's not really ice cream. It's lower in points than real ice cream, and once I eat it, I'm done. And I don't feel like the next day like I have to eat another pint of it, and the next day I have to eat another pint of it. Where when I eat real ice cream, like made with sugar, it's on. Like I'm eating ice cream after ice cream after ice cream. So where some nutritionists do say that that taste of sweetness makes your body want more things that are sweet, that doesn't happen with me. It might happen with you. So if you're struggling with that, then maybe think about not eating those artificial sweeteners. Maybe that's a way for you to approach it, and just try it and see if that helps you curb those cravings. So artificial sweetener, and let me say this, monk fruit is an artificial sweetener. It's a sugar derivative, but it's the same thing, right? That it's that sweet taste. So nutritionists that I've seen talk about it say get away from that sweet taste so that your body or your brain stops wanting the sweet taste. Cardio. You don't have to do cardio every day. I do cardio air day, y'all. Y'all know I get on the bike and I ride for at least an hour every day. Now, part of that is because much of the time when I'm riding, I'm either watching friends' shows on, like my friends are doing live shows at the time that I ride. So I'm watching my friends or I'm reading a book. And I feel like if I'm just sitting around watching my friends or reading books, that I'm not accomplishing anything. So if I'm exercising while I'm doing those like pastime behaviors, so to speak, then I feel like it's okay to be doing those things. So I do cardio every day. I do cardio every day, and I do other types of workouts, which y'all know, like after I get the groceries home, y'all know we're at Walmart picking up groceries, right? Did I even say that? I'm tired. I'm outside my mind. Anyway, I'm going to get the groceries, get them home, and then I'm going to do a yoga stretch because my hips are tight. Is that too much information? Sorry. But anyway, I'm going to do a yoga stretch. I did some strength training yesterday. I'll probably do strength training again tomorrow, but I do cardio every day. I think the theory about not doing cardio every day is don't do only cardio, that your body needs other types of workouts. So along with cardio, do other things. And who wants to do, other than me, who wants to do cardio every day? So I think that's the idea behind that, is to vary your workouts. There are a couple of others. Again, we don't talk about this on here, we don't ascribe to this theory on here, but I've definitely heard this in the wind, to eat less if you're going to, like if you know that you're going to have some kind of like fancy meal or something, or especially if you know that you're going to have like a big dessert or something, eat less for your meal to sort of bank those points or bank those calories before you eat that, whatever the like cake or cook, whatever the treat is. And I think y'all know that my theory, I was going to say our theory, like we're a hive mind. My theory is actually the opposite, that I pregame for those things by eating more or eating healthier. Like I might bank the points, but I don't not eat. So like if I know, like say I know that the intern is going to want pizza for dinner, like that we are going to have pizza for dinner. Well, I'll bank my points to have enough points for pizza for dinner, but I won't bank them by not eating. I'll bank them by eating good choices. Like I'll eat lean all day so that I have the points left at the end of the day, but I won't starve myself. So I'll have, like a lean protein, bulky breakfast and lunch and snacks so that I'll have those points left over at dinner time or snack time or whatever it is, but I won't deprive myself of the actual food. So I think that's the thing, is don't not eat, just make good choices so that when it comes time for whatever that thing is that you're trying to bank your points or your calories for, that you have those left over, but you're not famished so that you don't eat the whole thing. And then along those same lines, I've also heard people say the whole like use a smaller plate theory, that doesn't work, or that's not a good idea. And I think, and I have said, I think I've espoused that theory. And I think the argument against it is that you just pile more and more stuff on your plate, and that what you need to be doing is portion control and making good choices, like to get your lean proteins and your vegetables and those kind of things. So And when we've talked about it, it's not at the house, right? Like it's not, y'all have seen what I eat and y'all have seen the plates that I use. I do not do the small plate theory. So I think the like, you know, like eat, I about dropped my coffee. The like eat off a salad plate instead of a dinner plate at the house so that you make yourself smaller meals. Don't do that. Get yourself a big old plate and get you some lean protein, get you some good carbs, some vegetables. Make good choices and fill up that plate with good, healthy, real food. Don't try to have like a little bitty plate so that you eat less and lose weight, but then you're starving, and then later you just eat all of the things. When we have talked about it before, I think it was like at a party, right? When you're going through a buffet line, do use a smaller plate and still make good choices, right? Like get the proteins and avoid the breads and all, which that's not what we're talking about here. So sorry, I just worked that whole thing through in my head because I was like, we've talked about smaller plates, but they're different things. So yeah, don't try to like live your life off a salad plate. That's not going to work. And I think this is the last one, and I've heard multiple people talk about this, and it's cutting out dairy. Because there's some kind of theory that dairy does something to your body and, you know, macros and micros and blase, and it makes you not lose weight. Y'all, here's what makes you not lose weight. When that dairy is cheese piled on nachos, you're not going to lose weight. When that dairy is ice cream, like full fat Ben & Jerry's ice cream with like the big old chocolate chunks in it, you're not going to lose weight. I think the whole cutting out dairy to lose weight theory comes from eating like full fat dairy with the things that people put dairy on, like cheese on pizza. Those kind of things, not going to help you lose weight. But many of us, I think, eat dairy every day and do just fine. Because think about it. Non-fat Greek yogurt, dairy. Low-fat cottage cheese, dairy. Fat-free cheese, dairy. There are lots of dairy options that are really good choices depending on your diet. If you're lactose intolerant, y'all please don't go eating dairy, but don't cut dairy out of your diet because you heard somebody somewhere talking about it one time. Make good choices for your dairy products and make good choices for what you're eating your dairy with. So that's all. I'm going to get off my soapbox. But you know what? That's not all. Y'all tell me, what diet theories have you heard? First of all, if you know any that you see me doing that you're like, honey, that's so 1998, stop doing that, let me know, because I'm sure there are some that are still burned in my brain that I hang on to either out of ignorance or comfort that I probably should ought to let go. So if you see me doing any of those, please let me know in the comments. And which ones do you find yourself still holding on to that you think you should ought to let go? Again, let us know in the comments. I'm going to run, grab my stuff from the Walmart, go to the house, do some yoga before I die because my hips hurt. And then let's meet in the kitchen and make some things. And I don't know what we're going to make, but y'all, I need some things in my fridge that I can just grab to snack on. Like this morning, I was up at 3. I taught a couple of classes. I had a break from 5 to 7, taught a little more, worked out, taught some more, worked out, and then like went on with my day. So during that break, that early break, I didn't want to eat my whole like breakfast because I knew I was going to have to work out. So I need some little things, preferably high protein, low point things that I can snack on during those times when I'm hungry but don't want to eat a whole anything. But I need quick, good choices because I'm tired and I'm weak. So let's do this. Let's do that. Let's meet in the kitchen and figure out what we can make. All right. So I'll see y'all back there.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules, my life destroyed, a life destroyed. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Superhero. Superhero.
All right, y'all, we're home. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all what I just did. I've worked out. I have turkey meatballs in the air fryer. We'll talk about those when they're done, but I want to try something. And I thought it was going to be a better idea, and now I'm thinking maybe it's not going to be such a great idea, but we're still going to try it. My eyes are watering. So I got some stinging honey garlic Frank's Red Hot sprinkle on seasoning. I don't know why I think this is going to be fun, but I want to try it on some microwave popcorn. So I made the popcorn, dumped it in a bowl, and like fresh out of the microwave, I sprinkled on some of this stuff. And y'all, it came out fast. So it hit the steam from the popcorn, went all up in my nose holes. So I'm hoping it's not as hot as it smells, but we'll see how it comes out. There was some other stuff that I really wanted to try on some popcorn, but they didn't have it at the Walmart. So we might have to wait till next week to try that. But let's try this. Because we've been eating a lot of popcorn lately, and I want to try some things. So here we go. I'm going to try one piece of popcorn. I'm going to end up muting all of that, playing music behind it or something, because it's literally just me coughing the whole time. The taste is not bad. Here's the problem. It's like vaporized fire. So as soon as I put it in my mouth, it goes straight up into my nasal passage, so I can't really even taste it. Like, it just becomes this, I don't even know what it is. I'm gonna try one more. I don't know. I can't stop. It's you know what it is? You know how when you eat sushi and you put wasabi on it and like your entire head just becomes like a volcanic eruption, and then you eat the sushi and then you do it again because you can't stop wanting that sensation? Now that's how I feel about this. I'm gonna try it one more time. Now that it's like settled down onto the popcorn, the taste is intriguing. Nope. I seriously want it to work. All right, let me check the meatballs and blow my nose. I'll be back. All right, I'm not gonna eat any more of that popcorn in front of y'all, but okay, it was a bad idea, but I don't think it was my worst idea. Remember that chocolate mug cake thing that I tried to make? That was a really bad idea. Anyway, I'm gonna find something to use this stuff on, and I'm gonna find something with which to season popcorn. They're just not gonna go together. Anyway, meatballs. So we've done this before. I took breadcrumbs and soaked them in some unsweet plain almond milk. I think it was 1/8 of a cup of breadcrumbs and 1/8 of a cup of almond milk. I really need to do a little bit more milk when I do that, but let them soak for a little while I finely diced half an onion and half a bell pepper, sauteed those with some garlic, and then I just mushed together a pound of ground turkey, and of course I used the 99% lean ground turkey, with the breadcrumbs, 2 eggs, Mash that all up, get it all incorporated in well, and then throw in the sauteed onions, peppers, and garlic. Mush it all up, and then I scoop it out with a 1 tablespoon measure just so that they're fairly uniform onto the basket of my air fryer, and now they're in the air fryer at 350 for, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. So let me grab those. I'll be right back and we'll give them a taster. So this stack of meatballs is most of a pound. There was a little like ball of meat mixture left that I just threw in the oven, and it's 4 meatballs. So all of this plus 4 more meatballs is a pound of meatballs. So let's give them a taster. I forgot to tell y'all that I used this garlic and onion, black pepper, and sea salt seasoning stuff that I use on everything except popcorn. All right, smarty pantses, I know y'all are so funny. Anyway, I used this in there as well. So I did the peppers, onions, and garlic sauteed together, threw it in, sprinkled in a whole bunch of this stuff, mushed it up, scooped it out, air fryer, 350, 5, 6, 7 minutes, and that's what we got. So let's give it a taster and see what we got. We made these before, of course, pretty much exactly the same way, but this time I added that other seasoning to it. Yep, I still like them. So these will be good. I'm gonna stick them in just like a Ziploc bowl in the fridge. Then I can grab 2 or 3 of them at a time. I don't know that I would eat them cold because they're fine warm, but I think cold they might be a little bit strange. So I can grab 1 or 2 at a time, throw them in the microwave oven for 10-15 seconds just to warm them up a little bit, and then that'll be a good quick snack when I'm in a hurry in between classes. Of course, I have my Tyson's grilled chicken strips. I just got the Tyson because that's what Walmart carries. So I'll keep these in the fridge. These I absolutely will eat cold. Just grab a couple and shove them in my mouth if I'm in a hurry. I have eggs, which I'm gonna boil. I'll have those also for a snack. So, and y'all, of course, all of these are lean, high protein snacks. So even if I just have time to have a couple of bites, it'll tide me over until I have time for a meal, and that's my goal here. So let me know how y'all are doing. What kind of snacks are you eating? How are your meals going? What are you up to? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.